Hi there, I'm Diana. In this video, I wanted to talk about feeding the earth. Now, some time ago, a friend of mine, this is a long time ago, a friend of mine was talking about how they and their family had, on certain like occasions, they would feed the earth. And while I'm someone who for the longest time grew up blessing and thanking the earth, what they said that was they they would actually put food out literally on the earth for the earth, and I think it was on the occasion of, I think it was when certain family members passed. I think on the anniversary of some, yeah, some family member passing, that they would do that. And I thought that was really beautiful. And I think I had a vague memory of my grand talking about it when I was younger, but I lost that memory until this person said that. And I thought that is such a great idea. And so this is what I do now because like we walk on the earth, we live and have our being on the earth, everything we do is on the earth. And I don't think enough of us thank the earth in a way that maybe is more beneficial than just saying thank you. And so what I do, like sometimes I would, if I say buy 6 apples, I would put one out in the corner of the garden, maybe even bury it under a little bit of soil and say thank you, because in that way it's like we're uh, re-energizing the earth because we're taking so much from it every day as well. Uh, you know, like I think like it's nice when you say you have like a fruit tree and the fruits, the ripened fruits drop off and go back into the earth to replenish the earth. And I always thought that that was like really a nice thing to see. But I made a conscious and deliberate effort now that I would put, I don't know, like a banana, some fruit, whatever it may be, and to make the earth feel better. And also, I don't eat eggs, but sometimes I would buy them and I would actually put them in the garden or bury them. And funny enough, I don't know if it's my mind, but it seems to me that it feels like more energized. And also I've always been lucky to have things growing in my garden without any problems. I don't have to buy like plant feed and things like that, but I've noticed now that things are actually more or less like almost growing too fast, where it's really hard to keep up with them. And I'm grateful for that because I know some people, their soil is just so lack of nourishment that they have to actually buy like liquid feed and things like that, and it's harder for them to get things to grow. But with me, I have the opposite problem, and I could just maybe just throw a few seeds out. I mean, I have an avocado tree growing in my backyard, and it was a time when because I find it hard to throw seeds away, and so I tend to just plant practically anything and everything I get my hand on. But then I have to give them away, most of them, because they're just too many for me to keep. And so I just threw it and in the garden, and I went away on holiday, and when I came back, back and I was in the garden and I thought, that looks familiar. And it was the avocado seed that I literally tossed in the backyard. So the seed was above the surface because I didn't bury it. And the avocado tree actually grew. I couldn't believe it. It's about 5 foot tall now. I mean, this is in England. I don't think it's going to survive if we have frost, but I would have to cover it um, because it did. I did have it. Yeah, last year it got a little bit damaged by frost, but anyway, the leaves are coming out really lovely now. I don't know if it survives frost, if I would get avocados from it, because this is England, the UK, and things like that tend to only grow in like greenhouses and places like Kew Gardens or where people have like vast estates and they can have really large greenhouses to accommodate that kind of size of avocados. But yeah, so getting a little bit sidetracked. But I'm always in awe, so gobsmacked. I've taken photos of it. I wish I had one here on my other phone to show you. But yes, going back to feeding the earth, and I remember reading some years ago where certain tribes in Africa, and I don't know if they do it in other parts of the world, but certain tribes in Africa, they would take some of their menstrual blood and actually feed it to the earth. And I thought, wow, that's deep, right? But yes, the earth is a living organism. We call it Mother Earth as well. So maybe that's why they did this thing with the menstrual blood. But we do need to feed her, especially to, in one of my previous recent videos, I spoke about concrete earth, and I don't think I've uploaded it yet. But anyway, we're concreting over the earth more and more and more and more and more. And so it's hard for the earth to breathe through concrete or practically impossible. And I remember, like, some years ago, we put down some paving slabs, right? And they were down there for like, oh my goodness, maybe like 14 years. And they started to become uneven. So we pulled them up and we had to wait like a week or something like that for new ones to be delivered. My goodness me, within like 3 or 4 days, we saw shoots coming up of grass and weeds and I thought, wait a minute, that's been covered for like 14 years and within a few days of getting air and sunlight, it's we've got like weeds and yeah, little weeds coming up, and I was just in such awe that these things were under there all this time, laying dormant, just waiting to get some air and some sunlight. And I thought, I don't want to put the paving stones when they come now. I just don't want to put them down. But it was just such a shock to me to see after all this time. And it really made me think about the earth and what we join to the earth. I know we need like structures to live in and so on. But when the powers get so greedy and they build over us, I was mentioning my concrete earth video that it's just they're taking over and destroying so many green spaces where there were trees that have been there for 60, 70, 80 years or even more. And so it's making it harder and harder for us to have like oxygen or clean air or cleaner air. But anyway, I think I might be rambling a bit, but you know what I mean, right? Feed the earth. So when you cook something, whatever it is, just give some back to the earth to tell her that we remind ourselves that yes, you are a living organism and you do need to be fed because we're taking so much from you every day. So, with that, I will say thank you very much for listening. I'm Diana. See you in the next one. Bye bye.